Hello, NWF Army. Welcome to the NWF PowerPod. I think this is our 10th one. That's an exciting milestone. 10 times we've done this so far, Kat, and it's been pretty good every time.
10.
That's pretty exciting.
Hello, wow, I got a beeping going on. Hello, Kirk Sheppard.
Hello. Welcome to the PowerPod, as always, our co-host, the NWF Commissioner.
Love doing this. This needs to, just like Bustin' Loose, this needs to be the Thursday night habit.
Absolutely. What's your shirt say there, sir? We can't see all of it there.
Nobody does it like a thug.
Oh.
Crazy Smothers.
Yeah. It's the anniversary of the loss of Tracy, one of the greats. He certainly had...
we lost him a couple years ago, October 28th. And, I saw a lot of posts going on around that time. Just people remembering him. And, man, Tracy played a big part in my career. I learned a lot from that guy and stayed in contact with him. And, of course, he went through the whole, cancer is what got him. So, but no, I got a lot of memories with him, man. I learned so much from Tracy Smothers. I think everybody has. I think after he passed, a lot of people really came out and just talked about how they learned so much. And he was big on the indie scene. I mean, he definitely had his time in the big time, but he just was so good at helping newer stars and loved giving them advice, loved watching their matches, and loved having matches with them. I mean, I learned so much just being in the ring with him and communicating with him in the ring, learning how he did that. So
he was always entertaining to watch. I mean, his matches were always, he knew exactly how to make sure the people had a good time. And most of the time they hated him, but not always. But he just seemed to have he understood it. He had got it in ways that a lot of guys don't, I think.
Yeah, he it didn't matter if you liked him, if you hated him, whichever part he was playing, he went full force on that, man. And usually it was the hate. I mean, there were many times I can remember in Georgetown, Kentucky, when I was working with him, and I was the babyface, and I'm telling you, that guy. Sometimes we had to have there was a time he had to have a police escort get him out of the city.
Wow,
that is no lie. So. I love that guy, man, and it was a huge loss. But we'll always remember him. We won't forget that guy.
Yeah. Well, in happier news, we had a fantastic event at Bone Crushers last Saturday. The Future Stars show. People showed up. We had a big crowd. We had a lot of good matches. It was a great show.
You were there, Kirk Sheppard.
I was there. I got to sit in the concession stand there in Turnbuckle Cafe and got a good view of the action and enjoyed the night and stuck around after. I was having so much fun. I stuck around after the show.
And that's not like you.
No, it's not. I'm old and I got to go home. I wasn't feeling well. This is kind of a funny thing. I wasn't feeling well. I had a sore throat, and I think it's just been going around. But I told my doctor today, I said, I can't swallow very well. It's hurting. And so she finds the biggest pill you could ever give somebody to try to make me swallow to get over my problem with swallowing. I thought that was real kind of her.
A lot of irony there.
Merry Christmas. We got a big show coming up this Saturday. We're in Ludlow, Kentucky at Bircus Brewing, the Ludlow Theatre, and the Tri-State title is on the line in the big advertised matchup. Let's bring our guest on. Here he is. You know him. You don't love him, I probably don't think, but it's Sinclair Octavious Bentley. Welcome to the broadcast, sir.
Everybody loves me, Kirk. Come on, you know that. Even you do. And I know that this... God, do I have to be respectful to him?
To me? I got the mute button over here, so you decide if you want to be heard or not.
No, your co-host over here.
Oh, the Wildcat? Well, I know you guys have had some trouble because this Tri-State title has been a big issue for you. And I think we should probably kind of recap some of what's happened.
Yeah, Sinclair, I'll tell you what, we were just talking about how Tracy entertains. I'll have to give it to you, man. Every time you're out there, you are entertaining. You give the people a show, and so I give you props, man. I mean, you do your thing and you do it well. But when it comes to the Tri-State title, I want to kind of go back and play this out. This is kind of what's going on in my head, and I know you and I have had some run-ins through all this, but I'm going to give you your props. You won the Tri-State title. That is a huge deal. NWF Tri-State title. You are in the record books. Give you that. You lost the Tri-State title to Jesse Hyde. blaming Beans, the referee. A lot of controversy there, but you put a lot of blame on the referee, but your shoulders were down for the 1-2-3. Jesse Hyde is the new tri-state champion. I think that went on for months. All this time, you were trying to throw a wrench in there, and you had an investigation going on with it. You had almost had Beans thrown out as a referee.
Which you should have been.
But after so many months, Jesse Hyde defending the title every single week, month, no matter what event we were at, he was defending the tri-state title. But it came to a head where the investigation, and you kind of put Roger Ruffin on the hot seat. You even bypassed me. You wanted to talk to the big dog, and it got to the point where Roger had to take a stand, and yeah, like I said, you put him in a bad spot, but he had to strip Jesse Hyde of the tri-state title.
I have the most fantastic lawyers.
But you wanted him to hand it to you. You wanted him to hand you the tri-state title, and that would be it. Now, once again, I'll have to give you credit. Summer Sizzler, you were put in there for the tri-state #1 contender match. You won the match.
Exactly.
I'll give it to you. You deserved a tri-state title.
Exactly.
Title shot.
Shot. Shot. Yeah.
Title championship match. So you were #1 contender, but then you had an opportunity where you could even go further on that, and the tri-state championship was held up into the Fairfield NWF Rumble. The winner was going to take that. You had a chance to walk out of there with your baby, as you call it. You got down there. You almost did it, man. Once again, you fought through all those guys. And it came down to you and Swinger. Swinger got you over that top rope, man. He won the tri-state title. No ifs, ands, or buts about that. But you're still #1 contender. You get your championship match, and you're going to get it this Saturday in Ludlow, Kentucky. You have a chance to get your baby back. What do you got to say about that, you and Swinger?
Swinger has nowhere to hide now. He hid behind the Rumble. That's all he did. He came out of nowhere. I was styling in that Rumble. In fact, I don't even know how many people I eliminated. And still, he came out of nowhere and he took what was rightfully mine. So now, he has nowhere to hide. He cannot come from behind. He cannot do anything. He has to face me face to face, and I get to fix this asterisk we call a champion.
I think it's going to be a pretty exciting contest. You know, he is pretty popular there in that Ludlow Theatre. The Ludlow fans love all of our NWF wrestlers, but they really love the Swinger. I think you're going to have a hard time.
Well, I mean, commoners love commoners. I mean, they can't relate to me. It's a crap town. What can I say?
Well, I'll tell you what.
Better than everyone in Ludlow.
You know,
I'd like to also bring up the fact. Obviously, we want to concentrate on Ludlow, but I want to know where how he's getting. He's the #1 contender for the tri-state title, but the following Saturday in Mount Orab,
right?
You have an NWF championship match there. I don't know who you're paying, Sinclair. It certainly isn't me.
Wow. He's got a lot of money. I don't know who's throwing it around. We're going to talk about that in the thing. But, yeah, you've got a lot of big matches coming up. This Saturday is the one, though, that I know you're focused on because that is your baby, as you call it. And I think you're planning to take that home with you, and then you're going to add to the collection. That's your plan, I assume.
Absolutely. You guys are in for a treat. You guys get to see the genesis of the era of Sinclair. I mean, I'm over here sipping champagne already, dog. Period. We're celebrating right now. This is a great momentous occasion we're upon here right now, man. Come on.
We've got a lot to do on the podcast tonight. In fact, one of those things is another kind of celebration of the tri-state title. We're going to take a look back here in the Wayback Machine. We're going to look at some clips from a tri-state title tournament at Peel's Palace. This is round 1 brackets. It was Tiny Tim and Suicide, Jackhammer and Psycho Sam, Angel and King Kahuna, and Dozer and Honest Brett. Those are some classic names. Kat, you'll be able to give us some context, some history. And Sinclair, you can watch these clips and give us some thoughts about what you think. But what's fun for me is seeing here in a second, Slick Rick with a lot of hair.
Oh, wow. Oh, wow, look at that.
He and Prince Justice are the ones calling the action for this one. But this first matchup was Tiny Tim and Suicide. Suicide accompanied to the ring there by Big Brother Joe.
Oh, yeah.
There's Timmy.
Oh, how cute. Look at little
Now, Timmy's
Timmy.
tights are black and white striped because he had been a referee and then became a wrestler, and he was honoring his background. These guys had a pretty brutal feud. We talked about it with Tim when he was on the show here, just how intense that was.
And Suicide was just he always brutalized Tiny Tim. He loved being in there with Tiny Tim to beat him up. But,
He missed that there though, and now Timmy's gonna go to the top himself, maybe.
Come on, don't let Tiny Tim beat you. Get up. Come on.
That's referee Harvey Hamilton in there, Hall of Famer himself.
Yeah, one of the best.
Oh, but Big Brother Joe's got the
Joe.
referee distracted, and this is always a problem when you get managers around.
Sinclair, that's one of your problems. You love
Big power bomb there.
oh, yeah, he ain't getting up from that.
No.
Hey, it's not my fault I have friends who want to help
Now,
me.
who's
They
this?
love me.
Who's this cat? It's your buddy Dozer,
man.
right?
Here comes the big Dozer coming down to the ring, man. He one of the best. Yeah, we love him. And coming up in Covington, we are going to have an NWF. We're going to have the Dozer Memorial Battle Royal.
Yeah, it's a big time deal. He was around a long time, and whether you loved him or hated him here, the fans loved him. They learned to hate him a little later when he was partnered with Rob the Bomb, but he was a mainstay in the Northern Wrestling Federation in these days, and he's in there with another mainstay, Honest Brett Michaels, accompanied by Johnny Diamond.
Johnny Diamond. Yeah, we remember him. NWF. Yeah,
And the Informer, too.
Ran the NWF. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, Johnny was the first owner of the Northern Wrestling Federation before Roger took over.
Sure was.
There we go. Look at this. Brett's got the belt. He misses, and Dozer takes it from him.
I'd take advantage of it, I guess. But
But right in front of the referee, and Dozer gets himself disqualified. Well, that means that Psycho Sam's up next.
take a
And
look
there
at
he
that,
is.
Sinclair.
That's Psycho Sam Cody. Fans, if you've seen him, you know, if you're wondering who's that gentleman with the big fancy beard sitting back watching the show, you'll see him probably up at the bar in Ludlow. It's Psycho Sam, and there he is back in the day when he could still go. That's Jack Hammer, his opponent.
Yeah, we remember Jack Hammer.
Big
Psycho Sam
backdrop
does not
and-
suck.
Look at that arm drag by Sam.
He always had that I don't suck shirt.
Yeah. He goes to the second rope here, and then this is one of the things he used to finish guys off a lot. That
Sure
second
did.
rope leg drop. So Psycho Sam advances into the finals, or the next round of the tournament. So far, it's Suicide, Honest Brett, Psycho Sam. And now the last match of this round is Big King Kahuna,
King Kahuna.
and he's going to take on Angel. Now, Angel had been part of the royal family.
Yeah, he was the bodyguard.
Yeah. And Prince Justice is given the backstory, his version of the backstory here on the commentary. It's kind of fun to go back and listen to Prince Justice and Slick Rick talk. But Angel showing the signs of classic Angel there, with creeping into the ring. Just look at the size of Kahuna.
We had some big boys back then,
Yeah.
man. Dozer, Kahuna.
On the outside of the ring, that's a good shot of what Peels was like, for those of you who have heard us talk about it and never got to be there. Those booths right there around ringside, those were VIP seats before we had VIP seats.
Those were great. Yeah, you had to pay a little extra
Oh,
for
yeah.
that, but look at that comfy seats. You can get something to eat.
Oh, that's brutal. What do you think, Sinclair?
Oh my goodness! I had the pleasure of meeting King Kahuna once.
Yeah.
And he's a good guy. He's a great talent.
We miss him. Dozer, King Kahuna. It's sad to see some of these guys we've lost. Angel, though, getting the win there. But after the match, they attacked Angel. And the next round is going to be Psycho Sam and Angel, and also Honest Brett and Suicide. And we will see that next week.
Oh, little teaser.
Yeah! A little teaser on the way back tonight.
You even got me on that, Kirk. I wanted to see it.
Yeah,
I know, Will.
I thought so too.
I'm going to save something for next time.
Absolutely.
That's fun. I don't know, Sinclair, if you've been watching what we've been doing here or not, but every week we do this thing called the Rapid Fire. It's time for you to be on the hot seat.
I got all this jewelry on, so I'm so cold. So bring it on.
All right.
It's always fun to put Sinclair on the hot seat.
Yeah, this is going to be fun because the answers are rated right or wrong by yours truly. Just my opinion. Let's see if you can get it right. I'll just rate your opinion with a positive sound. It sounds like this. Or a negative sound. All right. Favorite wrestler of all time?
Oh my God, Ric Flair, of course.
I'll take that.
Yeah.
Your favorite denomination of cash? When you're carrying around all that money, which do you like to flash the most?
I want to say I usually feel comfortable with around 100 grand, maybe 150 grand.
Well, but denomination-wise, do you like $100 bills? Do you like singles?
$100 bills, of course. Sorry about that.
$100 bills.
Like I
think Sinclair's a $100 bill kind of guy.
I've been sipping a little.
I like those two when you're at the casino. What's more annoying, when fans try to touch you on your way to the ring, or when your chauffeur is running late?
Oh, definitely with friends. Or when the fans try to touch me, that's disgusting. I don't want to be touched by cars.
No, it's being late. That's always the problem. Is Die Hard a Christmas movie? Yes or no?
Absolutely.
That's correct. What's bigger, your house, your bank account, or your ego?
Ooh. Wow. Ooh. Well, my bank account's pretty bottomless, so I'm gonna have to say my bank account.
It's your ego. Your favorite wrestling finishing move of all time?
Ooh. Oh, it would be my move, the penniless.
I'll take that. What's the better investment? A stable of cheaters like MCE, or potentially paying off a referee?
I gotta go with my homies. I gotta go with the family.
It's paid off for you pretty well. Hey, it's November. What's your favorite Thanksgiving food?
Ooh. I'm a man of quiet taste, so I love me some good old-fashioned caviar.
It's turkey. Name any NWF wrestler from the past that you want to be your tag team partner.
Myself? I don't like nobody.
Should be Wildcat Chris Harris. He's the tag team specialist. Hey, you have to pick one. You got to pick one of these things, one of these people for one of these categories. So, live with, ride on a car trip with, or get in a fist fight with. Okay, got it? Live with, ride on a car with, or get in a fist fight with. Alex Hayden, Chris Demise, Big Boss Anika.
Well, I would definitely do a car ride with Alex Hayden. It's my best friend.
All
Love
right.
you, Bestie. I would definitely live with Chris Demise, man. That guy's something else. That guy's pretty funny, man. You really got to get to know him.
So you want to fist fight Big Boss Anika?
Oh man, hey, she's scary, man.
Yeah, I wouldn't want to fist fight her.
Yeah, she's scary.
Yeah, she'll beat your butt. Hey, who's going to win this weekend? The Swinger or S.O.B.?
S.O.B, of course.
I think it'll be the Swinger.
Swinger.
There you go. That's the rapid fire. You survived the hot seat.
Well.
You didn't get very many of them right, but that's all right. You know, we have fun anyway. So what do you think? You've got this big matchup this Saturday night at Ludlow. Do you have a plan going into the match? Do you have a strategy you want to share with us of how you're going to take on the Swinger?
Do I really need a strategy? I mean, it's the Swinger. How many times have I beaten the Swinger? I beat the Swinger. I don't know how many times. The Swinger's not even on my level. So of course, I'm just going to go in there and do what I do best.
Keep in mind, Swinger. I always say this when we have championship matches. You have to beat him.
That's right.
No count out, no disqualification. You have to pin his shoulders or make him submit to get your baby back.
And we learned last week, he's been around 10 years. He's been around a long time. You've been around a long time. Both of you, veterans. So this could be a real interesting one to watch. You, of course, have the advantage of having about 17 people in your stable that you paid off, MCE, watching your back. But he's got the entire crowd.
They love me.
He's got the entire crowd, though, I think, behind him. So, it could be interesting.
You know, we may have to look into having maybe 2 referees for this kind of thing.
Yeah.
Just like you said, He's got a lot in his stable. We have to be looking in all directions.
Well, go ahead, Sinclair. What do you got?
I will tell you what. If I see that little weasel Beans anywhere near my match, I know the fix is in, cat.
Well, speaking of Beans, he was at the Future Stars event last week at Bone Crushers. Bone Crushers is the place to train to be a professional wrestler. If you're interested in becoming a pro wrestler, there's no better place to do it. Sinclair can testify to that as well, as another proud graduate of the institution we know as Bone Crushers.
And why am I not on there?
Well,
why am I not on there?
I can't put everybody on there. There's only so much room, and you got to have some TV credits, and you not bought your way onto TV yet.
Maybe you include a tri-state title, maybe the NWF title. Maybe then we'll put you on.
I'll tell you what, if you win both titles back-to-back weekends, I will add you to that graphic.
Deal.
So Bone Crushers has meant a lot to a lot of the guys we've had on the show. What do you think about Bone Crushers and what it's meant to you in your career?
If I can be serious for a second, it meant a lot. That's kind of where you cut your teeth at. That's pretty much where all the good battles are. When they say blood, sweat, and tears, that mat is literally filled with it. And Bone Crusher, wherever submit my hard work that I've always put in.
Yeah, it's definitely a place for you to learn. And I'm sitting, it looks like, in old Bone Crushers, a place that I spent a lot of time. And, of course, I'm not really here. It doesn't exist anymore in this form and fashion.
You don't have that ring in your house?
No, I don't have a house like Sinclair. He has a couple rings in his house, I bet, and a couple pools.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A couple basketball courts, but who doesn't? I mean, who doesn't have all that?
Well, Bone Crushers is a place where people go in the ring and really learn how to do it. And so if you are somebody who's out there and wanted to be a professional wrestler, and I get emails literally every single day from folks who want to know how to do it, come on down Tuesday, Thursday. You'll meet up with Roger Ruffin, our head trainer. You'll probably meet the Wildcat. He's there pretty much every time as well. And other veteran NWF superstars, and a lot of the future stars are there. We'll start you anytime. You don't have to wait for the class to start. It is an ongoing course, and we would love to bring you in with a $100 deposit and get you started and teach you how to make your dreams come true.
I know that's tough for you guys, but one Benjamin Franklin is all it takes to live your dreams.
There you go. Speaking of living your dreams, I know your dream is to win that tri-state title back this weekend at Ludlow. We're going to see that. Plus, also on that card, it's a pretty exciting night. We've got two other matches that have been announced. We've got Beck Reeves. He's going to defend his unified title against Adam Swayze. We also know that we'll see the Strays against the Octavious brothers. That's both all that this weekend. Kat, do we have any other matches to announce based on your work this evening?
That's all we have right now, to be honest with you.
We'll have more coming.
I'll tell you what, those are three.
Those three right there should be enough to sell the place out. But there'll be a lot more, I know, because I saw the list of available talent, and I know that matchmakers were working on things this weekend, and we'll be working on it throughout the week, trying to make sure we have the best possible matches for this Saturday.
We'll be announcing some more as the week goes on.
We don't forget we've got, of course, Mount Orb coming up on the 19th. That's the next weekend, and that's going to be not only Sinclair challenging for the heavyweight title, but also we will see Pose-Off. Tiny Tim and Mr. Destiny in a Pose-Off. I think that's going to be something to see.
That would be very interesting. Yeah, I'm looking forward to that.
We are also at Bone Crushers.
You want to get in on the Pose-Off?
Yeah, you want to pose with Timmy and Mr. Destiny? Do you want to see if you can match your physique with those guys?
Oh, they can't touch me. We already know who's winning that. Me.
Well, I'll tell you what, I probably won't see what you look like after we have Thanksgiving dinner. Of course, before Thanksgiving, on Thanksgiving Eve, we will be back at Bone Crushers. That's always a fun night. Come out and celebrate with the stars of the NWF for the holiday weekend. And then, of course, the big one, the anniversary event. 27th anniversary, the Northern Wrestling Federation. 27th anniversary on the 26th of November. Don't get confused. Come out Saturday night and celebrate with Hall of Fame inductees, Brody Cormick and Matt Stevens. You're in a six-man tag match that night, Sinclair, and a whole lot more, which we'll cover in coming weeks. But this weekend is the big one. Beck Reeves, Adam Swayze. Can't wait to see that. Can't wait to see the Octavious brothers and the Strays. Those two tag teams are intense and hard-hitting. that may be one of the most hard-hitting tag matches we've ever seen, because those guys will go all out. Right, Kat?
I agree.
You know, I'm a tag team guy. I love both those teams, and I can't wait to see them two go at it. It's going to be a great match.
And that Tri-State title on the line as Sinclair challenges the Swinger to get his baby back. Last minute thoughts that you have, S.O.B, about the Swinger.
Well, Swings, I hope you've had fun with her. I hope you've taken her all around town. I hope you showed all your friends, all your girlfriends, or whatever. Because Saturday, this dream run is over. She doesn't like you. She likes me. And she's coming home with me when I ping you 1, 2, 3. Now that is money changing everything.
Kat, last minute thoughts before we head into the weekend.
I'm looking forward to this match. Just keep in mind, the Rumble's gone. You're a former Tri-State champion. Here we go, one-on-one for the Tri-State Championship, Sinclair and the Swinger. So, yeah, big match. I can't wait to see it.
Fans, thanks for joining us tonight. And as always, every week here, we made it through 10 of them. We'll be back next week with number 11. We'll see you this Saturday night in Ludlow. Take care, everybody.
See you in Ludlow.